screen and that you can hear me as well. Had some problem trying to get the audio working, so apologies for the two-minute delay there in getting started. Anyone can see the screen, can hear me? Hi, Alexia. You can hear me okay, yeah? Okay, great, okay. All right, what we're going to do is it's going to be a fast-paced session, okay? I'm just going to give you quick tips. And the reason I'm doing this is because one of the strategies within here, I'm going to test it and you'll be able to see me testing this on my channel as well, okay? So it's designed so that I've given you a bunch of different strategies that work, okay? And they can enhance the RankAttack system. But what I want to do after this recording is finished is to break it up into small pieces and use those small video clips for driving more traffic. And I will do a whole case study of that, okay? So after this webinar is finished, I'm going to chop it up and then I'm going to do the stuff that I put in here, okay? So this is going to be fast-paced. I'm not going to answer any questions until we get to the end, okay? It needs to be like that so that I can clip the recording easily, okay? I'll use the software to do that. I'll tell you the software that I'm going to use to do that as well, okay? So one of the first things I want to mention before we start doing this is that the Google search results right now are really volatile. In fact, it's falling to pieces. They're doing some crazy stuff. There's the new AI overviews right now that they are using scraped content from niche sites that they have basically either de-indexed or demoted, okay? It's kind of really unethical, for one of a polite term. And what they're doing there is they just seem to be making a whole mess of the search results. But one thing that is not changing, or two things that's not changing. One is local SEO stuff. And the second one is user-generated content sites, okay? User-generated content sites is the safest way by far to do search engine optimization today. That includes YouTube, okay? That includes Reddit and Quora and Medium and LinkedIn and TikTok, etc., etc. Those do not seem to be affected, okay? User-generated content sites. When we're talking about ParasiteSEO, the paid platforms are all taking a hit in one way or another. Sometimes they're having whole folders and directories of their websites de-indexed. For example, some sites for years and years have had a whole folder or directory on the website for coupon deals, completely de-indexed that directory, and that's happening to some of the biggest sites around, okay? But the free user-generated content sites are not affected, okay? It's just not affected. So these strategies, you will find me talking a lot about doing some syndication, etc. It's using those kind of sites. That's what's working right now. That could change in 6 months. I don't know, but I'm talking about what's working today. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, remember, I'll take questions at the end. I need to do this quite quickly. So take notes, and the replay will be sent to you automatically as well from Demio at the end, okay? So for the RankAttack system, how to use backlinks effectively. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is going to be press releases, okay? Press releases are going to be the easiest way. Why? Because with press releases, it gives you hundreds of backlinks from high domain authority sites with one piece of content. It's the easiest way to increase the referral domains that are backlinking to your videos, to your websites, okay? Press releases is the #1 way to be able to do that. It does cost money to do it, okay? But you can get very, very good deals. Go and check on Fiverr.com. And also we have the services here that we can use. Okay. Next, traffic links. Okay. Traffic links are when you put videos, when you put any content with the link on sites that have got traffic. Okay. I'm talking about sites like reddit.com, quora.com, forums. Okay. Anywhere that is user generated content that has an audience, okay, and an audience that you can infiltrate. What I mean by that is Reddit comments, is answering questions in Quora, is responding to threads in forums, etc. Okay, I call those traffic links. Why? Because they have got traffic. Those posts themselves have got traffic. Okay, that increases the click-through to your videos, to your website, etc., etc. Now, if you've got a tool like Lead Blaster, this is perfect for that because you can easily send people to something of value. Okay, Lead Blaster does little checklists, Chrome extensions like these. Okay, and basically what you can do is you can create Chrome extensions, you can you can create checklists, you can embed videos in here, you can also put calls to action in here as well, and every task that you put in here is within a category. That's a category. It's got a video, it's got a task, and within the task it's got some bullet points so you can emphasize what's in that task. Now, why is this so important? Because when people install it, they are presented with an opt-in gate. Okay, this is the quickest and easiest way for you to build an email list. Okay, I have built tens of thousands of subscribers just from doing this. Okay, just from doing this. Now, those people need to be nurtured, but if you want to move people from YouTube over to your email list, this is the #1 way to do it. Okay, I'm not saying it just because it's my tool. I'm saying it because I built this tool because I knew it worked. And when we did the case study, the very first Chrome extension we did generated 18,000 subscribers, email subscribers. Okay, it works. It just plain works. Okay, so the reason why you would want to do something like this is so that you can remarket to people. That means that when you have got a new video, when you've got a new blog post, when you've got a new piece of content, you use that email list. That's your traffic source that you control. That drives more traffic, okay? And that traffic is warm traffic, which will help anything you do with the RankAttack system, with the CTR Kickstart, okay? So this helps to trigger the YouTube algorithms. Building your own audience is the #1 thing that everybody should be doing, okay? Especially with the search results getting volatile. It could be right now that Bing is in fact increasing their market share of the search engines. It could be that Google is just going on a path that it doesn't want to turn back from. I don't know. It seems to me that it's the corporate people leading the changes in Google and not the people who wanted to make Google the best product it could be for the purpose of search. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing discussions on in social media as well. So when the search results are so volatile, the best thing you can do, and the #1 thing you should do as a marketer anyway, or even having a small business, is build your own audience that you control. And the #1 way to do that is to build an email list. Okay, you need to be able to build an email list, build that traffic source that you control. And if you don't have Lead Blast and you want to do something just quick and easy, create a Google Doc. All you need to do here is you can make a simple checklist just by clicking a button. Okay, it's very, very simple, very, very easy. And you can take that and put it into a PDF, and then you can go to a site called doclink.me. Okay, doclink.me, and you can put your PDF in there, and you can make people opt in to get your PDF. Okay, very quick, very easy. Takes minutes, literally minutes to be able to do. But in my opinion, the best way to do it is Lead Blaster checklist. Okay, no thank you page needed. There is no landing page needed. It's just quick, it's easy, and it's high value because you're giving somebody an experience when you give them something like this. Okay, it's not a PDF, it's not a report, that everybody else is doing, and you can stick your calls to action all over the place in here. So Lead Blaster is the #1 way I would say you should do that. Now, if you put that together with the traffic links, where you are sending people to something of value, you are very, very unlikely to get flagged as being spam, because you're giving something of value away in response to other people's questions, comments, whatever. Okay. And so and the traffic links are hugely important. Okay. That's the #2 way to do backlinks, but you have to put that together with the lead magnet to do it nicely, to do it properly, to reduce the chances that you will get your comments, etc., removed. Okay. The next one, YouTube image post syndication. Okay. Now, YouTube images, let me just show you something. Now, I was going to go into this a little bit later, but I think what I'll do right now is I'll go to YouTube. There's a guy called Matt Gray. Now, look at what he's doing. Okay. Have a look at what this guy is doing. Go to his community. You see these little posts here, image post. Okay. Look how many likes he's getting, and thumbs up, I should say. Okay. 140 for this one, 453 for this one, 825 for this one, 447 for this one, 49 for this one, 571. How easy are they to make? How easy are they to make? What do you think happens when people see these and they're liking? Do you think they're subscribing as well? Because when they look at one, they'll go and have a look more about more things in his channel, and they see more and more and more of this. That will increase subscribers. Okay, I'm going to run this as a case study on my YouTube channel. Okay, so if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'll give you the link later. I'm going to give you the document later as well, and you can subscribe. You will see me doing this in real time and just see the the results. Okay, that's going to be combined with using my own audience. Okay, all of it is going to be combined with using an audience, a traffic source that I control. Okay, so coming back over here, these image posts, they can also be syndicated. Okay, they can be syndicated in places almost like the traffic links. If you go to places like SlideShare, for example, it's got massive amounts of traffic, absolutely massive, and you can get these kind of services done on Fiverr.com very, very cheaply. Okay, what does it do? It drives traffic to your videos. Okay, it drives traffic to your web pages because you put a link in there where they can learn more. And again, if you've got a lead magnet, you're building your own traffic source. Everything will always come back to list building for me. Okay, everything, always, because it's the #1 thing that we should all be doing. Okay, next is a service that we do actually. Okay, you can do this yourself. You can try and get someone on Fiverr.com to do it, but we call this video content sync, where we take a video. Okay, here's what we do. We take a video, say for example, I've got my RankAttack webinar 1. Okay, within this video, there is an image from a thumbnail. Okay, there is audio from the video that we can take as MP3. There is a video itself, and then there's a description that we can put into a PDF with a very quick, easy summary. How do you get a summary? You use keywords, the Keywords Everywhere Chrome extension. When you use the Keywords Everywhere Chrome extension and you're on a video on YouTube, you will see this section here that says summarize this video. Now it gives you 3 options in here. Use ChatGPT, use Claude, or use Gemini. The best by far for this is use Claude. All you have to do is click on this, and it's going to create a summary that you can put together with, hold on, wrong one, that you can put together with the description that you've got on your video, and you can make a PDF. Okay, now what we do with the video content sync is we will take that PDF, we will put it to document sharing sites. We will take the audio, we will put it to audio sharing sites. We will take the full video, we will put that into video sharing sites. Right there, you've probably got more than 100 links, okay? And then we will take the image and we will put that into image sharing sites, okay? And you probably got over 100 there very, very quickly, very, very easily, just from a simple video. Okay, just from one video. And what it does, it opens up, puts the transcript in there, and then Claude will go and make 10 bullet points. Quick, easy, and you don't need to do anything else, okay? And this one is very, very reliable, okay? Anything Keywords Everywhere does, I'm a big fan because they do it very, very well, okay? So if you're doing video, if you're doing a video, it's very easy to be able to take that video, repurpose parts or different elements of it, and get backlinks, okay? Get backlinks, get traffic links, because all of those sites have got traffic, okay? All of them have got traffic, okay? We have got services page here. There's some services that we're going to be adding this week as well. But if you want to go and take a look at them, you will find the video content send, you will find the traffic links, and you will also find press release services, or go and have a look on Fiverr.com, okay? Okay, next, what 78% of YouTube videos that rank in Google have in common? This is really important for the RankAttack system, okay? 78% of videos that rank on Google are using video embeds, okay? They have got their video embedded in different places, okay? Video embeds is really important, it seems. Now, I've seen Brian Dean talking about this a couple years ago, and I was kind of skeptical at the time, but when you see stats like this, then other people have done the hard work, they've done the research, they've done the correlation, they've compared the correlation data and come up with this. So I'm not going to argue with it, but video embeds is what 78% of YouTube videos that rank in Google have in common, okay? How do we get video embeds? I promoted something last week called SindBuddy, I think it was called, SindBuddy. I always get it mixed up with SindBuddy and Sind Labs. It's from Joshua, both of them, from Joshua Zamora. But what they do is they have got a membership where you post your content, can be a YouTube video, for example, and the other people within that membership will start sharing that content, which is essentially video embeds, okay? It's the quickest, easiest, hands-free way to do it that I know of right now, apart from buying that service from somewhere. But with SindBuddy, I put a link in the bottom of the doc as well. With SindBuddy, you can get all that done hands-free, and all you need to do is take the link of your video, put it in there, and let them go ahead and do it, okay? That's going to give you quick, easy, hands-free video embeds, okay? That's very, very important. So this is important for ranking the YouTube videos on Google. So it is now part of the RankAttack system as far as I'm concerned, if we want to do it properly, because it's too high to ignore, way too high. If you've got 78% of YouTube videos rank on Google have got this in common, then it's kind of important that we do it, okay? If you want to rank in Google and you want to be able to get your content found, okay? What else we can do to make sure we can rank on Google? Well, backlinks have already covered. Video embeds have already covered. And the next one is CTR. If you're using SERP, you want to do CTR on Google search engines, okay? Really important, okay? This is done from testing, and this is done from using SERP extensively, okay? Now, when we are in SERP, when we are creating a campaign, if I go and create a project, for example, we have a choice of search engines. If I go and create a new project, and if I choose CTR video views, okay, down here you can see we've got search engines. Now, what you want to do is you want to start off with YouTube. Start off with YouTube. Do your first 20, 30 CTR with YouTube, and then take YouTube off, and then put on Google and put on Google Video. You need to have CTR from Google search engines. This is all one search engine, just one is from the video tab, like you have a news tab and a images tab, okay? But you must get CTR clicks from Google to rank in Google with the RankAttack system. And this is where the magic happens with that one link in the description. This is exactly the point where that works, okay? It can work to a degree with YouTube CTR. It will work far more effectively with Google CTR, okay? Google search engine CTR. It's really important. It's come from testing and from using SERP a lot, okay, over the years. Variations of SERP, VidAttack Alpha, etc., as it was called previously. So I suggest that if you are using SERP attack for the RankAttack system, that you start off with YouTube, do 20, 30 CTR. You can also use SERP attack to go and do direct to the URL, and you can do high retention views, just high retention views. That is not suspicious because a lot of people have got email lists, they've got social media followings, etc. It's not uncommon to get a traffic spike coming without being, from the search engines. It's okay to be able to do that, but you don't need too many of them. Okay, if you want to, the way that we have structured the SERP attack tool now, you can, in theory, go and drive thousands of video views. Okay, the reason for that is because we have got groups where they share each other's content. Okay, and we've got a P2P mobile system for the more advanced users, if they want to use that, where they can get individual mobile IP views from all over the world to be able to go and do that kind of volume. But if you just want to get started or kickstart, you only need about 50 direct to YouTube URL views. And if you combine that with about 20 to 30 CTR views, that's going to work. Okay, that's going to work together. Then switch over to Google, switch off YouTube within the SERP attack settings, and put on the 2 Google search engine options within SERP attack. And that's where the magic happens for ranking in Google and for getting that web page that you have linked to. If you used one link in the description, if you use the Google search engines, then that will start to rise. Okay, that will start to rise above the video, and that web page will start ranking for the keywords that you used within that campaign for the CTR on Google. Okay, that's where the magic happens. Okay, next, before you do any of that, okay, it's important that we think ahead. Okay, I mentioned in the first webinar that when we are doing any SERP attack or similar tools, CTR campaigns, it is only a kickstart. It can only ever be a kickstart. No software can keep up with real traffic volumes if you're going after keywords that have got reasonable search volume. Okay, you just can't. If you can kickstart your campaign with 20 to 50 CTR video views, for example, then when real traffic comes and your keyword has a search volume of 1,600 or higher kind of thing, that it's a reasonable keyword that you really want to go after, then when the real traffic comes, you can't compete with that real traffic with a software. So these tools are only for a kickstart. Now, we can be very, very strategic how we use them. We can manipulate the CTR manipulation strategy in multiple ways once we understand this, okay? And it gives us the ability that we can kickstart. But when that real traffic comes, we need the content to stand up on its own, okay? One of the ways that you need to think ahead is what hooks, what titles you're going to use, okay? Because once you have run your campaign, if you followed the title optimization that I did in last week's webinar, okay, you want to change your title after your campaign is run, okay? You want to make your title CTR friendly, click-through rate friendly. You want to make your title appealing enough that people want to click on it, okay? And one way we can do that is we can test the different hooks, titles, and angles, okay? So if I've got a video about the RankAttack system, I could have multiple hooks. I could have one about title optimization. I could have one about how to rank web pages from YouTube video views. I could have another one about something else, etc. There's multiple angles in there from one video if I use a replay as an example. Okay, how do I test it? The quickest and easiest way is to go and spend $5 or $10 on a YouTube ad. Okay, use different titles, use different angles, and you will see very, very quickly within hours, you will see which one is getting more traction. Once you know that, then you can use things like your email list to increase the open rates because you already know what people are more likely to respond to. And then when you put your video into YouTube and you make it public, or if it's already in YouTube, you've run ads to it and you want to make it public, then you know the exact title, hook, angle that you're going to use, okay? That's the quickest and easiest way to do that. Not many people do this kind of stuff. That's taking things to another level as far as optimizing the video. It's pre-optimization with the CTR strategy, knowing that when you change that title from running the campaign initially with the keyword optimization that I showed you last week, so that we can have the keywords that we want to target with the SERP attack campaign. Okay, remember that live demo I did? And I showed you how the keywords within the title in any order will start to show up in the search results in YouTube. Those are the keywords you want to kickstart your SERP attack campaigns with. Once that campaign is done, you want to change the title so that it's more user-friendly or more appealing for click-through rate. If you do this, you can do it for $5. Okay, you can do it for $5, and you'll be able to see very, very quickly what title, what angle is working. Okay, and from there you can just, it's just a matter of testing different titles around the same angle. Basically, that's the way I would do it, and I will be doing it over the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to start from this video recording of this webinar. Okay, how to crowdsource retention traffic. Okay, this is important because if you're able to crowdsource retention traffic, it means that you're going to be getting views from other people. Okay, the easiest way to do it in SERP attack. Okay, you can see we have a campaign here. I switched this campaign off, by the way, because it's an old video. I ran 12 views and switched it off after the webinar. What we can do is, once we have a project set up, we can come over here and we can click on share to group. Okay, share to group, you can choose the group from the SERP attack list of groups in here that you want to use. And that means that other members that are part of that group who are using SERP attack at that time, if they've got their desktop app open, doing video views, they're also going to be doing video views for you with their proxies. This will work whether you're using Squid proxies or whether you're using the P2P mobile. Okay. In fact, if you're using the P2P mobile, which is more advanced because you need an extra telephone, you need a separate telephone plan, etc. It's for more advanced users. But if you're just using Squid proxies, then you can use this. Okay, so you could just do main CTR group and click on save, and it's going to get pushed to anybody who's a member, and they will start to do views, and vice versa. If they have posted video and you're a member of one of those groups where they have shared their video, then you're going to start to do views for them with your proxies. Okay, that's how we can sort of bulk multiply the amount of proxies that you can use. Okay, so if I go to Squid proxies and I purchase 25 private proxies, I can really realistically only do, you know, maximum 3 views with each IP, with each proxy for a specific video. Okay, for one video. But if you're in a group that's got 10 other people, then you 10 times that amount of views you can do. Okay, because other people are doing it for you. Okay, so being able to do crowdsourced retention traffic, that is a quick and easy way for us to multiply not just the proxies, but the amount of views that you're getting from around the world. Okay, so it's really important. Okay, just group share in SERP attack, takes 1 click, choose the group, that's it. Okay, now next, these are extra strategies. Okay, these are things that I recommend, and you will see me doing these from the recording of this webinar when I break it up into pieces. Okay, when you're doing backlinks, okay, because of the way that the search results is working now, and also just good marketing, what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to diversify the anchor text. Now, everybody's talking in SEO talks about you need to diversify the anchor text. You should use X amount ratio or percentage ratio of just the URL and all these different, like, click here to learn more kind of anchor text. I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put enticing hooks, questions, anything that can create visibility, can create curiosity and scarcity. Okay, in this doc, I have put a link to a custom GPT that I made that generates viral hooks. Okay, if you take a viral hook, if you just take your content that you've got, maybe your YouTube description or a summary from the Keywords Everywhere Chrome extension using Claude, and you put that into that custom GPT, it will give you a viral hook. You can take that viral hook and put it somewhere, wherever you are posting, whether it's a guest post or whether it's a Parasite SEO post, a user-generated content site post, whether it's a Reddit comment, whether it's a Quora answer, whatever it might be, you can put that in there and hyperlink it, okay? Why do you want to do that? Because it's going to increase the visibility. Just because it becomes blue and underlined kind of thing, it will create the curiosity, it will create scarcity as well if you choose to use scarcity as your CTR, okay? So I'm throwing away the idea of the anchor text ratio in this case, because when we're using this with traffic links, we are not doing like hundreds of traffic links. It's not possible to do hundreds of traffic links. What you can do is you can sort of snipe specific places where you can do that. If you get 10 traffic links, in my opinion, that's worth more than 1,000 Web 2 links, okay? Because those Web 2 links that you would get if you purchased them on places like Fiverr, or if you use some of our older tools before I retired them, where we had Web 2.0 account creation, we managed to, you know, send hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of links with just one click. Well, nobody's looking at those profiles, those social profiles on, you know, places like Tumblr. Nobody's looking at that. They've got zero value. Whereas if you're using traffic links, those are being inserted in posts that are getting traffic every day, every week, every month, and continue to do so, okay? And so those are far more important, and that's where you can use them. So as far as the anchor text ratio is concerned, there's no reason why you can't use a viral hook generator to create like 4 or 5 different variations, okay? But this is probably the best way to go, okay? It's just marketing 101. Get people curious, get them to click, especially if you're giving away something to build an audience, okay? Lead magnet is perfect, okay? So traffic links, I've kind of explained what that is. I'm going to go past that now because I've already explained it. Okay, now how to automate social media video embeds. That is the SYN body, okay? SYN body. You can also do this with Fiverr gigs, but the SYN body is going to be better because it's going to be long-term, less cost. By the time you purchase something on Fiverr, it's costing you $5 and probably another $2 for the Fiverr fee, etc. For the same money, you can get a whole bunch more video embeds by using something like SYN body, okay? I really think that's a very, very good tool, okay? Now, how to repurpose your content. This is really important. You will see me using that this week, okay? Video content SYN I've already covered. That's when you break up the elements of the video, where you take the image, where you take the description, where you add a summary, you make a PDF, etc. from the description. Okay, you take the MP3, you put it into audio sharing sites, all that kind of stuff. This is a good strategy because it's traffic links for video elements, essentially. Okay, there's 2 offers on AppSumo that will chop up videos. Okay, and they will do it in literally minutes. All you do is you add your URL, and you can basically have these tools use AI to generate the clips that you need, okay? And you can take those clips, you can download them, then they're ready to distribute to other places like the traffic links. If you want to take like a video syndication, a video sharing site kind of Fiverr gig, those will work fine for this as well. When I did the first version of the RankAttack system, what it was at that time was we would do the CTR clicks. At the same time, we used a tool that we have now retired. It was called Video Send Alpha, and we would do a whole bunch of video sharing sites distribution. I would do about 200 or 300 video sharing site distribution. That's video embeds in, not video embeds, but videos being posted onto those other platforms like Meta Cafe and Vimeo, and there was a whole bunch of them. I can't remember all of them now, and plus some Web 2.0 sites. And that's basically what was helping at that particular time. But now that we don't have that, if you're taking these short videos and you put them into a press release, then you're getting those videos embedded in hundreds of places with just one sort of piece of work that you do, okay, whether it's getting AI to write a press release and you're telling whoever's doing the press release to embed this video. Some press release services might allow to put more than one video. If they do, then put them in, okay? Just put them in, and that way you can get your videos embedded. But to do that, you want to be able to chop your videos up quickly, do it easily. And so these two tools are very, very good, okay? Another way that we can do it is short video promotional ads. And I'm going to share a strategy, another strategy from Brian Dean in a couple of minutes. But if you've already got a Script Blaster, you can generate short promotional video ads for your videos, and you can put those into the YouTube community. You can also use those for the purpose of testing your angles with the YouTube ads, okay? So you can use a promotional ad for your video, okay? So for example, add this replay, and maybe I'm going to break this down into 10 different topics with shorter videos. Then I can use Script Blaster 10 times to create the promotional video ad script. And then I can either record that myself, or I can get someone to create a video from it, okay? If you've got Niche Blaster, we've now put into Niche Blaster the ability that you can use the copywriting formulas that we do in Script Blaster for the purpose of making videos, okay? So in Niche Blaster, if I go into here and I go to generate, okay, when we come down, you can see at the bottom, video ads with 6 copywriting formulas, okay? That's Script Blaster that actually makes videos. Script Blaster itself is something free that we give away as a lead magnet so that we can get people aware of Niche Blaster itself. It's a very high value thing to give away. So the conversion rate is very high as far as getting people onto the email list so that we can follow up and have a nurture autoresponder sequence, etc. But now what we've done is we have added that into the main Niche Blaster video maker tool, that you can go and create the videos and not just have the script, okay? So you can create the videos here as well. Those are perfect for using for that strategy for the YouTube ads, just to test your angles, okay? Don't spend more than $5 or $10. You don't need to. You can get hundreds, if not thousands of views, even for that, depending on how you do your targeting, okay? So this kind of strategy with the short promotional ads is a perfect way to be able to spike your traffic. And I'm going to share Brian Dean's strategy in just a few minutes, okay? Another thing that we can do is a short style syndication, okay? That's going to be TikTok, Instagram, those kind of websites. I'm trying to find somebody to be able to do that service that we can offer, or find someone on Fiverr.com who does it, but I haven't found anybody yet. So I need to come back on that one. But that would be a traffic link style solution using video, okay? Because if it can be done, and if it can be done well and properly the way it should be done, then the potential there is that you can generate thousands more views just from that strategy itself, because there's so much traffic on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and you can run ads to them at not a lot of money, not a lot of cost per click, I should say, okay? So if I can find someone to do the syndication and do it nicely with the correct optimization that fits with the audience on those platforms, okay, I'm talking about the way that we present the hooks, the way we present the content itself that's appealing to that specific audience on that specific platform. If it can be done properly, that can be gold. So keep an eye out for that, because I'm actively looking for somebody that can do that, either do it for me or someone on Fiverr.com that I can find who does it, but I haven't found anything yet, okay? And the YouTube community posts themselves. Now, I haven't been using this, but I've been watching other people use it a lot, okay? I don't know if it's just lazy or just curiosity. I've just been looking at it and not doing it, okay? I tested it once or twice. I didn't get much traction on it, but I didn't send emails. I didn't use my traffic source, my own traffic source, my email list, basically, to send people there. Now, the way that we can use community posts can always link to your videos, okay? It can always link to your lead magnets. It can always link to your web pages. If it's a client's website, for example, you can put links in there for that as well, okay? The way to use it is you need to have a very, very strong viral hook, okay? So I'll give you the link to that in just a second. Now, the community post, I've seen people use that, apart from Matt Gray that I just showed you. I've seen people use that very, very cleverly, where they're making a post, they're asking questions. Have a look at the way Matt Diggity does it. Okay, Matt's very, very good at this stuff as well. And he will post something that is encouraging engagement. Also, he has a link to where he wants them to go. Okay, he uses it very, very well. So Matt Gray and Matt Diggity, two Matts, they're both worth following up on. Okay, now I put in here again where you can get the done for you services that we do, but we have some that are coming soon. Okay, not all of them are able to do. Now, remember that YouTube image post syndication that I just showed you from Matt Gray? Okay, we're going to put together some templates for that, and we're going to run a service for that. Okay, both for image sites and Facebook ads. Okay, now why would we do that? Because you can take the image and you can put that into not just the image sites, but you can make a Facebook post on a Facebook page, and then you can promote that with Facebook ads. Okay, what's that going to do? It's going to drive more traffic to the post, and at the same time you can have a link to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Okay, so it's all about using other platforms for being able to do that. Okay, so bonus strategies, I've already covered Matt Gray. That was one of the bonus strategies where he's using this little strategy here. Okay, this is such a good strategy. I can't believe that this has not been done before. I haven't seen it before. This is the kind of thing that works really well on social media. Okay, on Twitter, etc. It will get tons and tons and tons of shares. And he was smart enough to think, well, if it works there, why won't it work on YouTube community posts? And it does, as you can see. It gets tons and tons of interaction and engagement, etc. The next one is Brian Dean's strategy that I've been talking about. Now, what he does is when he's created a video on YouTube, this is how he increases YouTube views from outside of YouTube. He will make a shorter video, okay? And he will upload that video into Facebook, okay? He's not embedding a YouTube video in Facebook. He will upload it into Facebook. And then he uses that as a teaser for people to go and watch his video on YouTube. Okay, now Brian's got a big audience. If Brian does something like that, he's going to be driving thousands of video views because of his name, because of his credibility, and because he's got a massive audience, etc. How can you and I do that? Well, we need to use Facebook ads. Okay, you need to use Facebook ads. So you're going to take that post and you're going to promote it. Okay, using the same strategy, just a different traffic source. His traffic source comes from his existing audience. Our traffic source has to come from using Facebook ads. The good news is you don't need to spend a lot of money to do that. That's again like a $10 to $20 campaign. Okay, and when you do that, then you're able to get people interested from the video that you've put into Facebook, that you've uploaded into Facebook, and you can send them from there to YouTube. Okay, the other way that you can do that is to use a landing page where you have got your video embedded and where you're asking for an email opt-in. Okay, another way you can do it is to not send them to the YouTube video, but send them to a lead blaster checklist that's got the video embedded. Okay, but you're going to redirect them. How do you redirect them? When somebody opts in to get your lead blaster checklist, there's two options that you can use to redirect them anywhere you want. Okay, when somebody confirms an email, say for example you're using Aweber will have a field that you can fill in that when somebody confirms the email, redirect them to this URL. Okay, that can be your video URL. Okay, also in Lead Blaster we have something similar as well, so you can use the same link in both, just to make sure that you make people see that. Okay, this is such a good strategy and it's so easy. Okay, it shouldn't be underestimated because I've seen him do this. I've seen him put this into action, and the amount of engagement he gets I don't know the numbers of, you know, what the percentage is, how many people go from there to there, from the Facebook post to his YouTube video, but I'm guessing it's very, very high conversion, okay, for that one task, for that one action. It's going to be a very, very high click-through rate going from one to the other, okay? So this can also build your audience on Facebook at the same time you're building the video views on YouTube, which is going to be higher retention because you've already pre-sold that video with the short video. And again, you can use Script Blaster either to write the script or make the video if you've got Niche Blaster. In this situation, if it's me doing a video for Facebook for a replay like this, for example, I would do it in my own voice. I wouldn't be using Niche Blaster to do that. I would just make a short video that is basically telling what people will, what they will learn, what freebies we're giving away, what they can expect, etc., and keep it about 45 to 60 seconds and keep it very, very concise. But I would get AI to write the script for me just to read, okay? And I would probably have to take multiple takes doing that, but I will get there in the end. So if you feel like you cannot record videos, that you don't feel comfortable reading scripts, etc., neither do I. But I can make it happen just by keep repeating and keep doing it until I'm happy with one specific part or one specific sentence, and then stitch it all together. Okay, I've done that multiple times. It can be time consuming. Other people are very natural. They just roll it off and they're done within, you know, within a minute. But for people like me, it takes longer. But if you want to do this properly, it's a good way to do it, okay? And get AI to write the script. The best place is the best AI for copywriting, in my opinion, okay, and I use this all the time, is Gemini Advanced, okay? Why? Because it's interactive, okay? It will ask you questions. It will give you suggestions. You have to choose one of the suggestions and feed it back in. It will give you more, and you've got that interaction with Gemini Advanced. It makes you do work, okay, which puts a lot of people off. I love it because I'm learning at the same time, and also I'm able to get a very, very, very high quality piece of copywriting at the end of it, okay, that I'm very, very confident in. And another tip for using Gemini Advanced is find another marketer who does copywriting very well that you always get engaged with when they are sending promotions, when they're sending emails. There's maybe about 4 or 5 marketers that fall into that category for me. So what I will do is I will take 3 or 4 emails that they have sent. If they've got landing pages, like a bridge page, I will take the copy from that as well. I will put it into Google Doc. Then I will go into Gemini Advanced and do a prompt like, I want to generate some sales page copy, for example, or email copy. I want to follow the style and tone of this marketer, and I paste in. I don't feed it a PDF or anything, just paste in everything that's on that Google Doc. And basically you're telling it to identify the tone, the style, the humor, etc., etc., and it will start writing like that person, okay? It will just work really, really well. And that is good as well for when you're doing your video scripts, okay? It works like gangbusters. We use it all the time. Myself and Stephanie use this all the time, and it works really, really well. My recent sales pages have been done that way, okay? Mimicking the copywriting style of other marketers, okay? And they've got another one coming out tomorrow, or day after, for a small Chrome extension that we just built, and it's been done as well. It's more obnoxious. It's chosen to use a different marketer, but in some cases, you can use different styles to fit the type of audience that you think is going to be interested in that particular product, okay? But it works especially well for copywriting for video scripts, okay? Gemini Advanced is by far the best copywriter, okay? So what we're going to do over the next few days, we've got a new community coming, okay? And this is going to be for any customers of any tools. I've got groups in Telegram. I haven't been in there for a long, long time. I've got groups on WhatsApp, and I've got people DMing me on my telephone all the time. So I don't like that. I've got groups on Facebook, and you can't see the full conversations because the threads move so fast and you're missing stuff and other people asking questions that's been asked before, etc. So I went looking, and Kieran, who's been helping us over the past month or so, he suggested circle.so, which is a community platform that a lot of marketers seem to be starting to use. And the advantage there for me is that they also do webinars, which is good for doing like weekly training, like this kind of stuff. Okay, so we're going to have this new Circle community, and you see I've been building this out now. You can try and register there. There's nothing there yet. We're still working on it. I need to get Stephanie to do graphics, etc. I've just been messing about and trying to put this thing together. But if you want to try and get in there, then you can. I'll put the link in here. And what we're going to do from that community, okay, first of all, we're going to start to do a 7-day challenge for those who have got SERP. If you haven't got SERP, you can take a $1 trial for 21 days, more than enough time to do the stuff that we're going to do with the 7-day challenge, okay? And that's going to be using the strategies that I've been talking about in the last 2 webinars, okay? So you can see it for yourself and you can put it into action, okay? So we're going to put a 7-day challenge once we start that group. It's going to be sometime this week, okay? We will put in there as well community post templates. This is a freebie. It's going to be doing what Matt's doing over here. This style of thing, okay? It might not look like this notebook style, but we will do different variations. We're going to put that in there as well, okay? I'm going to get extra copywriting frameworks put into an upgraded edition of Script Blaster, the free version. We've got 6 right now, but I want to put another 4 or 6 in there as well. So we're going to give that away as well for people coming into the community, okay? There will be discussions as well as within the community as well. It's got different threads and different stuff that we can use. Plus it has webinars. That means I will ditch Demio and use that as instead to do the webinars, okay? And plus anything we got coming up, special offers, discounts, we will put into that group as well, okay? So I'll put that link, and I'll put the link up here. I'll just hyperlink it here. I'm going to share this document with you now. Put an apply, share, and then I'm going to start taking questions in a couple of minutes. Okay, here's a link to the doc. If you can sign up with the Circle one, you won't see anything in there yet, but you will see it starting to be populated from today, tomorrow forward, okay? You see here we got some things for discount offers trials. This is where you can find a SERP $1 trial, okay, if you haven't got it and you want to use this, but you do need to use proxies. I suggest you use 25 squid proxies and then use the group sharing within SERP, okay? And 21 days is enough for you to see that this works. It's plenty of time to see that it works, okay? I wanted to ask as well, because a lot of people asking about the niche poking tool, but they, you know, they feel the whole niche blaster tool is a little bit too expensive. If there's a demand for a standalone version of the niche poking tool, that would make it's still going to be hundreds of dollars. It's such a powerful tool, and there's more I want to do with it as well. But we could make a standalone version of this, just the niche poking tool. The advantages are that you can go and test different niches for faceless YouTube channels. Okay, you can just knock them out one a day or more if you've got a virtual assistant, and just keep knocking them out. Okay, that one that we started last week, that project that I started last week with niche poking, you can see I stopped it because I kept getting a pop-up on this computer, but I didn't get it on the other computer. But you can see this was uploading successfully. I had one video that was a problem, and so I switched it off when I was getting the pop-ups, etc. But you can see how quickly we set that campaign up, and this would have continued to keep posting every single day, 1 video per day. Okay, now just doing 1 of these per day is going to give you insights into the niches that you can really sort of double down on and target. Whether you want to do that with higher quality videos that's got professional editing that you can get someone on Fiverr.com to do, that's up to you. And that's probably one of the sort of quickest ways to do it, although it's going to be a little bit expensive. But if you're using the niche blaster tool, the sort of semi-automated version, you won't get that with the standalone tool. Okay, but if we did a standalone niche poking tool, all you're going to learn from that really is which niches are going to be the ones to go after. But you really need this tool here to be able to make better quality videos with multi-scene, etc. Okay. Now we got another little tool coming out called SEO Toolbox. Don't know if any of you are aware of this tool here. It's called SERPworks. Well, I used to use SERPworks, and then they put the prices up, and it costs right now something like $80 a month to use it unlimited. Okay, and SERPworks basically the way I used it was for this here. Any domain that you're on, basically it will give you the Moz data. It will give you the Majestic data, and if you got an account with Ahrefs, it will give you that as well, and the same for SEMrush. What I did is I created a Chrome extension that we can use unlimited that will give us this kind of information, this kind of data. And we also put in there a better version of People Also Ask, because with the web app versions that we've got, we're kind of restricted to about 50 People Also Ask questions. And I saw a tool called Also Asked, and they're charging, I can't remember, I think it's about $40-something per month for a specific amount of credits, etc., that you can use. And we figured out that if we did a Chrome extension, that we could get, you know, hundreds of People Also Ask answers. So I put those two together and called it SEO Toolbox. It means I'm going to probably put more tools into the SEO Toolbox, but we have 3 at the moment. Another one, we'll find the keywords that websites are targeting if you're on that particular page. So there's 3 tools there right now, but the best one, in my opinion, is this, where you've got that information coming from Moz and Majestic. And if we can add SEMrush in there for free, we will add that as well. I'll find out later today. But I will know that answer before we release that tool. And it's not going to be expensive. I'm going to put it into Warrior Plus. So you can expect it's only going to be something like $27, $37. But when you compare to what these guys are charging, like $80 a month for unlimited, then you'll be able to use that data. And where it's really good is if you're using expired domains, okay? Expired domains that have got backlinks that are clean expired domains, that's where this is really good, because it will give you the Moz and Majestic data and the spam score, etc., for those expired domains as well. All you have to do is put that URL into the browser, and then you click on the Chrome extension. I can't give you a demo here because I tried to install it, but I've got the wrong password. So it was just before I came into this webinar, so I'm not able to give a demo on it, but I will do a demo later today. Okay, some resources here. There's a link to last week's webinar stuff, the document, the keyword example, and the replay as well. Okay, there's a YouTube ads checklist for beginners. Okay, so if you've never done YouTube ads before, step by step, this is where you can find out your hooks and angles, etc. You might be surprised that if you start to do this and you spend even just $10, that you're seeing a lot of views coming, and you might not want to switch it off. That's fine. Keep it going. If it's driving traffic to your videos, to your web pages, keep it going. Okay, just keep it going. It's traffic, and also you're able to build your own traffic source from it as well. Okay, the viral hooks generator, very easy to use. Okay, so come over here. I'll give you a demo. Now I'm going to tidy this up over the next few days. If you choose this 4th one here, it should only be one button here. If you click on that, it's going to start the interaction. And then you can just take a piece of content, paste it in here and submit, and then it's going to give you a viral hook. Okay, it's going to give you a viral hook. So let's see if I can do that. I'm going to try and do it with this document that we're working on now. Okay, let's just see if it works. I don't know if it will, but it probably will do something interesting. So I'm curious. There we go. Okay, ready to skyrocket YouTube rankings, no fluff session dives straight into RankAttack system, top 5 strategies, etc. Now, imagine using that as an anchor text. If you're posting into places like Reddit comments, forums, core answers, this is what I'm talking about with the anchor text. You can put it in again and say, look, give me 5 more variations. Okay. And there you've got 6 different pieces of anchor text that you can use in different places. Okay. If you're worried about the ratio of anchor text being used, there you go. Okay. Quick, easy, simple. All you have to do is copy and paste your content, even if it's bullet point content, as I've just found out, and it will work. Okay. So I built this for me to use for, you know, being able to generate viral hooks that maybe if you're using LinkedIn, if you're using Twitter or X, as it's called now, Facebook posts, anything like that, you can use it. Reddit comments, Quora answers, all of that stuff. Okay. So it's a good tool if you get to, if you start to use it. Okay. I would suggest anybody who's not subscribed to my channel, you want to see me doing these things in real time. Community posts, I call it a copycat strategy because I'm going to be copying the Matt Gray formula where he's doing those images, the video repurposing. Okay. And you will see examples of this happening weekly. Okay. Like this video is going to be broken down into pieces. You will see that happening in real time as well. You can watch and see how it's being used, how I'm using those shorter variations of the videos to drive traffic to maybe a lead magnet, maybe to another video, etc. Just watch how I use it. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll be able to see that. Not all of the videos I make public, but if you are subscribed, then you will still be able to see those, okay, because you're a subscriber. I don't make all of my videos public, so one way to make sure is if you're subscribed, you won't miss it, okay? And also keep an eye out for 7-day challenge when we release this circle community. Okay, once I've got this built out, I'll get Stephanie to help me with this over the next couple of days because she's very good at getting stuff like that done much faster than me. And also there's a link here to the keywords everywhere Chrome extension. Use Claude when you're going to use the summaries. Okay, I've tested loads and loads and loads of Chrome extensions for video summaries. This is the best one because you just click a button. Okay, it's already built in. You've got a choice of 3. It's by far the best one in my opinion. Okay, for being able to get bullet point summaries of any video, and you can use that especially for longer videos where you really don't want to sit like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, etc. Go through it. You can use that first and see if it's worth your time to go through it. Okay, so that's all of that. Okay, we covered quite a lot. Let's see, you got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Chris, P2P fine for the proxies if we already own SERP. It's there. No matter what version of SERP you've got, we've just made it all one universal. You can use P2P or you can use the proxies. There was a lot of confusion how to use the P2P. Okay, I'll give you the nuts and bolts of it right now. To use it properly, you have to install the Android app. Okay, we only have an Android app, so you can purchase a second-hand Android, or if you've got an old Android, you can use that. Second, it will work best with Samsung telephones. So if you're looking to purchase a second-hand telephone for the purpose of using that, then find a second-hand Samsung or a low-cost one. Okay. There are major problems trying to get it to work with Chinese phones. We do not know why. Okay. The Android app just doesn't work on Chinese phones. Brands like Vivo, and I forget the other ones. Chinese ones don't work. Samsung always does. Okay, non-Chinese phones usually work very, very well. You're going to need a separate telephone plan as well, and you need a spare phone because it's going to be changing the IP automatically every so often, depending on what settings you choose. You can make it change IP every 1 minute or 30 seconds or 10 minutes, whatever you choose. Okay, usually I will do it for 10 minutes, but if you're doing that with your own telephone, it's really disruptive. So you really need to have a spare telephone for that purpose. You need a separate telephone plan, okay, that's running with that particular Android phone that you're using. Okay, ideally get an unlimited plan, but you can start with the lower plan to begin with. And if you feel you need more, then you can take a higher plan from your phone plan provider. Okay. I wouldn't suggest you do the P2P unless you're really committed to it. Okay. Because you have that initial expense with the telephone, with the extra telephone plan. The telephone plan works out much cheaper than using Squid proxies. Why? Because you've got access to literally hundreds and thousands of IPs from all over the world. Okay. Now, if some people have been asking as well, what if I want to do local? Well, I've got a customer who's in France, who does local marketing for clients in France, for specific regions in France, for specific types of business. He's been using just the Squid proxies with the SERP groups, and he's ranking the GMB pages, okay, without having localized IPs, okay, just using Squid proxies in SERP with SERP groups. It's good enough to get started. I suggest anybody starts with that. Pardon me. If you want to take it further, then you can use the P2P. Okay, that's what I would suggest. Then there's less confusion and there's more enthusiasm to learn the P2P system. It's not hard, but there's different elements to it that you need to put together. Okay. I would say use 25 proxies. 25 is going to be good. Okay. If you consider that when you're doing these CTR campaigns, those IPs being used for the same video. Okay. I'm not talking about doing like, 5 different campaigns, but for the same video, you don't really want to do more than 2 or 3 views. I would say even 2 views is kind of maximum I would want to do, but that's when the group comes in. That's so important, being able to get other people to use their proxies, okay, from the SERP groups. And all we need to do is just click on here to share a group, and any members within the group that you choose, most people are choosing the main CTR group, for example, any members that are using the desktop app are going to start sharing for you. Okay, that's how you multiply those proxies. Okay, that's what I would suggest. You can do 10 if you want to, and then you can always get more if you want to from Squid, etc. I say Squid proxies because we've tested other proxies. We've tested all kinds of proxies, and we've been suggested to try this one and that one. There's always issues. I don't know why. There's always issues with different proxy providers, but Squid just works, and it's good enough for what we want to do. Okay, remember, it's a kickstart. It's just a kickstart until real traffic comes, and then your content has to stand on its own. So I don't care about these reverse proxies and all this kind of nonsense. I just want to use something that's reliable, that works, can do what I need it to do. I can share with other members so that they can do the views as well. And we get done what we need to get done for a specific campaign. These campaigns are not designed to last a long time. Okay, they're designed to last long enough to get you up rankings, real traffic comes, carry on with the next campaign. Okay, that's the CTR strategy using any tool in a nutshell. Okay. Yeah, if you have got an Android phone, you do not need Squid proxies, but there's different elements to setting up for the PPP, or for P2P, PPP. For the P2P network, you need to have the Android app. You need to have the telephone. You need to have a separate phone plan. Okay. And then you've got different settings within SERP to set it up. We've made it even easier in one of the recent updates, I think about 3 or 4 months ago, to be able to do, to make it all work together. Okay. We've simplified it. The training is in the training area in the tutorials page that covers that in detail. Okay, I'm not going to cover it on this webinar, but it's not hard to set up, but just some people feel overwhelmed because there's too many different elements for their liking. Okay, I get it. That's why I suggest people start with the Squid proxies. It's nice, quick, simple, not too confusing. Okay, and once you start to see the value in it, once you start to see results, then you want to take it further. You're more motivated to do the extra steps with the P2P. Okay. Okay, any more questions before we finish up? Okay, if we haven't got any more questions, I'm going to finish up. And we will have this replay up and in YouTube, and you will see broken down versions of this as well in shorter videos. Okay, any more? All right, okay. Let's finish this now, guys, so that it's nice and easy for me to clip later. Okay. Thanks for attending. I will get this replay up. I will get those different clips for the different strategies up as well. Okay. If you do have any questions, you can always write into support@anthonyhayes.me. Stephanie will answer that. And watch out for the circle community. Hopefully we can get it out by Wednesday. I was hoping to get it out by today, but there's just too many elements in the background that I need to work on within that particular platform. But once it's set up once, it's there forever. Okay. Thanks.